Well, g'day there, traders and friends right around the world. It is James here once again with you on this Tuesday afternoon. What I'd like to do is share with you one particular stock which has caught my attention. From time to time, I like to share individual stock trades with people on this YouTube channel just as an appreciation, I suppose, for having a look and being interested in what I have to say about markets and also individual stock setups. Now, this particular stock setup is outside of the pro analysis watch list, which I cover each and every week. This is what we call just generally a very nice swing trade on this particular stock. The stock is XOM Mobile. Now, I understand with the price of crude oil being a little bit volatile at this particular juncture, it may not be the most conducive trade to a lot of people. However, in respect to the actual technical trade setup, these are my absolute favorite types of trades in the way of bearish continuation of downtrends. Now, taking a look at this individual stock chart, you can see that clearly XOM is in a bearish trend. You can see it's still making a series of lower highs and also lower lows as this bearish trend has continued to play out since July 2014. What I haven't done before bringing this to your attention is find out if there is actually, a bearish trend in effect, and it really appears as though there truly is. Let me just bring up this candlestick chart right here, and what I've done, I've just simply connected the highs, connected the points right here on the chart, and you can see that we're actually rallying back into a downward trend line. Now, what is most exciting about this trade is the actual candlesticks themselves. XOM has come out, it's reported earnings. This is going back to Thursday last week. It's tried to push higher. Yesterday, we've seen a spinning top, and then today we've really got the sell signal. This is what we call the bearish engulfing candlestick pattern at not only horizontal resistance, but also at that downward trend line. You can see the volume also expanding on today's engulfing candlestick pattern. If I zoom out and show you this as well, we're trying to push above both the 100 and the 200. This is showing us that the primary trend direction is still to the downside. If we have a look at the exponential moving averages, this appears to be a false break above them. They are moving sideways, but the most telling factor of this bearish trade setup is the fact that we are extremely overbought and really just moving back up to present that new lower high in the way of the continued downtrend. You can see that we're overbought on the stochastics. We're starting to turn down on the RSI, and the MACD is sort of, at least beginning to plateau a little bit. It hasn't really given us a sell signal, but MACD is always late to the party. When we're trying to break this trade down, or at least not trying, but when we break this trade down, it's really getting to the point where we feel comfortable getting into a nice short opportunity. You can either look at a virtual. Now, this is always virtual. If you do not know, or if you do not have experience trading the market, always do this stuff virtual until you feel comfortable. $88.30 will be a nice little trade setup. If not, you can hold and wait for a break below about $86.29. My first target, or really my ultimate target on this particular swing trade, is really going to come in down here at about $83.50 a share. Be sure to follow XOM and track with it. This may be a good learning opportunity for many people not to really pay too much attention to, the market noise, the media speculation in and around, I should say, the price of crude oil. We've got a very strong sell signal that makes sense technically speaking, and we're going to see how this trade plays out over the coming days and weeks as we make our way lower, lower, and lower on XOM. Pay attention to the stock. Not sure if there's any perma bulls. XOM actually used to be a part of our pro analysis watch list. Now we actually follow Chevron. CVX, no real reason why. Just over time, this updated list has sort of changed. And right now, you can see the similar parallels between CVX, the stock which I'm just referencing right now, and of course that XOM trade setup that I just walked through in regards to the trade setup and execution. You can see that we are in defined downtrends. Let me just change back to CVX. Because you can see again the parallels. It appears as though we're trying to break above it, but you can see that very clear rejection. And if I change to the simple moving averages, we're stuck right between the 100 and the 200 simple moving average. Pay attention to XOM. It's a great trade setup. Outside of that, what I didn't do before was reference Boeing Airlines. This is a trade from that pro analysis watch list when we started to break down below 145.26. Right now, here we are at 141.90. So this is made about $9. Sorry, not $9. $3. And about 30 cents right now. A very nice type of trade setup. If you are in this, put your stop right above either Thursday and Friday's trade, Friday and Monday's intraday highs. This is a really good stop placement, about 144.67. Lock in some profit on this particular trade, but this stock is looking exceptionally weak. Outside of that, my Baidu stance, a very nice sort of swing trade on Baidu, if in fact we see the market confirmation. Outside of that, though, I think I've really covered all of the stocks which I wanted to speak about. The only other one right now is really Netflix, which is completely bidirectional at this particular moment in time. Be sure to follow the ebbs and flows of Netflix and how that moves with the overall market. I think we are on the precipice of seeing a correction, whether that is just a minor level or an intermediate level, which sets up to be a primary level correction. We'll soon see. But at least the markets are looking quite weak. You can see the volume expansion even coming in, albeit minimal, on today's sell candlestick on the Dow Jones, also on the S&P 500, a little bit more pronounced in that particular market, and also on the Nasdaq. Look at this. Not only was it prevalent today, but really for the past week or so, since really the 25th or 26th, it looks as though sell volume's really starting to pick up at this all-time high. So be aware of that. It's not happening on the actual breakdown like it has in the past. You can see the sell signal. It's actually showing up, rallying into resistance. So it's saying that, look, resistance is strong at these levels. Have a great Tuesday evening, everyone around the world. I'll leave it at that. Be sure to email me if you have any questions whatsoever. Outside of that, I'll see you all Wednesday for another market update. Maybe not necessarily an individual trade setup. All the best. Goodbye.